This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN Network. And joining me right now is David McMillan. He is the president and CEO of Devron Corp. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is FARM on the TSX Venture. And Devron will be participating in our upcoming virtual event, the SNN Network Canada virtual event, happening December 7th through 9, 2021. To register and for more information to see Devron's presentation, please go to canada.snn.network. And with that, David, thank you so much for joining me today. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having us, Robert. How you doing?
Oh, no complaints here. It's we're in California, so winter, is coming. Anyways, right. So last time we actually chatted was about almost 2 years ago. So it's been a minute since you've been on the show. But before we get into some of the updates and key highlights, what would you say is that one line that describes Devron for those who may not have seen any of our interviews or see your presentation or anything like that?
Yeah, for sure. So Devron's an agriculture technology company that's really focused on aggregating, field data from farms across North America, getting it into the cloud, so that we can do all sorts of valuable analytics, whether it be helping farmers manage their fertilizer, whether it be large agriculture enterprises building carbon programs, or whether it be large companies trying to analyze more and more soil data and how best to drive the future of agricultural decisions from an unbiased and independent way. We're really building a platform that's centered on two things. One, we have a scalable rural labor force across North America to basically visit farms and aggregate this data. And then on the other side, we've got a digital platform that's aggregating all of this information, which we believe is going to be very valuable for our customers over the next 5 to 10 years in terms of how they do business on farms.
Very good. All right, so let's get into that update. Like I said, it's been about 2 years since you've been on the show. So what would you say are some of the company's highlights of the last 12 months or so?
Yeah, so we've been focused, I guess, on growth in a couple of key areas. One is we've got a strong mergers and acquisition strategy, which is there's this unique sample set of businesses across the US and Canada that provides, at the farm service and recommendations through an agronomy market. And, we've acquired 7 of those businesses over the last 12 months or so. It's a highly stable recurring revenue business that's like traditionally very analog, but they have deep local customer relationships. So where we come in is we acquire these companies, they become proponents of Devron's products and services, and the software we're building really helps these guys expand their business. So we're sort of helping them grow their revenue post-acquisition. We're taking over a lot of day-to-day things that agronomists don't want to be doing, but have historically done to help just run their businesses, which is allowing them to really move forward and grow. The other side of it is we've invested very deeply into our digital ecosystem. So we acquired a software company called FarmDog back in, I guess that was February. And this is now serving as the central backbone for all of Devron's data. All of our customers across the value chain have access to FarmDog, where their information is now being stored, readily available to be shared with other folks that they work with in the ecosystem, and is really driving this, again, like boots on the ground, farm data, getting everything dirty to like a digital record, which we think is going to be incredibly valuable for our customers as we move forward. And then I think just from a capital market standpoint, we've raised quite a bit of growth capital. So since December of last year, we've raised about $14 million. We've been putting that to work again on the product and engineering side of building out this higher margin data story, and also again investing in this really unique scalable mergers and acquisition story that's getting us our local relationships all across the United States and Canada.
Very good. So that of all the updates that you just gave us here today, I mean, what would you say has been the most important in your opinion that you accomplished?
So I think this idea around the consolidation of the kind of independent crop consultant is something we've seen in a lot of other industries, right? Like engineering professional service practices, collision repair, funeral service businesses, like a lot of these business streams have been very successful public companies. And I think for Devron, this is really starting to drive our growth strategy in that we're getting these relationships that come with like really great EBITDA margins. These businesses are usually about 20% EBITDA, and the transactional value for them is really quite reasonable. We're buying these companies for about 1 to 2 times revenue. So I think that's been really key because it's starting to give like a predictable amount of forecastable growth. But then what we're learning is as we acquire them, we're able to grow these businesses, 20 to 30% year over year post acquisition. So again, because we have this like technology focus, which is really around productivity, as we buy these businesses, we're able to help them grow because of the software we're building. So I think like that's just been a monumental thing. 2 years ago, we weren't even doing that. We did our first transaction in 2020 and have now really accelerated the strategy. The other thing that I'll say is, I guess it's really been the last month and a half that we've had incredible successes within this carbon credit platform that we've built. So in agriculture, there's a huge opportunity to create carbon credits, which is obviously a big buzz in the world today. But we launched a platform in September, and in the last really 60 days, we've signed over $5.5 million of recurring revenue. That's coming from the United States Department of Agriculture, as well as some of the largest companies in the industry. If I add up the market cap of some of our customers now, we're north of 200 billion. So I think those are the two things that like I'm most excited about and are definitely driving our growth story forward as we roll into 2022.
That was a perfect segue, and you've already alluded to this question a little bit, but again, from what you can tell us, what would you say then are some of those your company's value catalysts now going into 2022, if we missed any?
Yeah, no, I think it's one of those things where as you're building a company, you're trying to always find your value proposition, and then 2, the tactics of how to get there, the strategy of how to get there. And I think Devron's really gotten to that point where we know that this ability to digitize field data in a cost-effective way to all these industry players in agriculture is very valuable. So we're focusing on that. And then we're also seeing this like incredible growth from the carbon side of things that I don't think is going anywhere. I mean, everywhere in the news, we're thinking about new ESG stories, and the fact that some of these most influential companies in agriculture are coming to us to help scale their programs is testament to our strategy. So, I say North America is a really big farming market. Today, we touch probably 6 million acres or so of physical and digital customers. There's 1 billion acres with a B out there. So it feels like now that we know what we're doing and how to get there, we can really start accelerating it. And you can see that in our last couple of quarters of financial results. We're printing triple-digit revenue growth, and now with the the tech wrapper around what we're doing with the data post collection, we've really turned the corner from being a service-focused business to a data company that has world-class service underneath it.
Very good. Well, with that, where can our audience go and find more information on Devron?
So Devron.com, our website, obviously has most of it. And on our Twitter feed, LinkedIn, also we post quite a bit of content around what we're doing and where things are going, throughout the agricultural season.
Very good. Well, David, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck, stay safe, and I look forward to our next update.
Of course. Thanks, Robert. See you
Thank
soon.
you.
Bye now.